this telegraphed we're going on this one person makes it easy for the Oracle to play the game.
You can purge Fatal Bonds too.
Yeah.
Seems like a small thing, but it's, I mean, as the game goes on, that's quite relevant.
And they also put down the threat of maybe we're going to Huskar.
Yep, you don't know.
Huskar actually does look really scary right now. I think you still pick Huskar if it's in your repertoire of heroes. Like if they're if they're prepared, like they've practiced it at least once or twice. Like Huskar's good against Void. Void is primarily magic damage.
Back-to-back Void games for OpTic.
I don't know how much I like the Void against Naga. Like you picked it last game, I understand, but
he had a rush BKB as well.
Yeah,
no damage.
It's not it's not a hero where you go, yeah, let's pick it into Naga. Like that's not how it feels to play Void. I'm surprised they're leaning away from heroes like the Phantom Lancer. I feel like is quite good against the lineup of Immortals, and something I'm just saying it because it's been much more popular in every region. I think we've been seeing a ton of Phantom Lancer.
Do they just want to have better team fight?
That's what I feel like, but do they really need it? You know?
If you already have Warlock, Lesh, Clockwork.
There's like a lot of heroes, maybe because they thought Medusa was the problem, like they had no chrono target. But I feel like Immortals are going to try to just pick another hero that doesn't mind getting chronoed. Death Prophet comes to mind because you have an Oracle. Actually, yeah, Death Prophet looks really good right now.
Death Prophet or Huskar, which looks
yeah,
better.
Those type of heroes. You just want a hero that goes in, like, just doesn't care if it's chronoed. But they could get counterpicked in the mid lane. So as we saw the other day, like, if they were to pick Huskar, they would have to ban SF, like for sure, because they have the Clockwork again.
Clockwork, yeah. Well, they're taking a lot of their reserve time. OpTic did as well, actually. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, if OpTic just lose this game, they're done for the day. They go to the losers bracket, doesn't get played till tomorrow, but who would have, like, thought that? I'm sure they didn't. PD was probably very confident going into this.
You said it was going to be a quick series, 2-0.
Yeah. See?
If it comes through.
They're really I mean, this is the pick though, right? You have pick and then ban and then pick again. Like you're pretty much, this is the chess pick phase, because you're thinking we pick this, they ban that, we pick this.
Yeah, the carry pool, like from a carry player perspective, it's a little awkward. There's a lot of stuff that you want to pick against Void is like weak against the other heroes. So you're kind of in the spot where what hero do you pick out of the two? They go Pugna. Okay.
Oh, we just saw a Tops and Pugna absolutely destroy Wind and Rain, so.
The ward against Lesh is insanely good. And it's almost certainly a core Lesh. They could make it a core Clock.
Feel about support Lash. Blitz, what do you think about support Lash? Is that even like a possibility? Or do you think in a game like this it has to be core?
You can do it. I think it's pretty annoying to play against Pugna. But then again, so it's core Lesh.
Core Lesh against Oracle Pugna seems really bad, though.
Core Clockwork gets better against Pugna.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually somewhat likely that we have a 4-position Lesh, because I do think you almost what happens if you get like the Huskar or something for Immortals? Your core Lesh looks terrible.
So I picked it a lot too at the Major, Birmingham. He was playing that quite a bit.
I like the Spectre pickup. I thought it was a decent pickup for Immortals here, just because it matches up relatively well against Faceless Void, gets out of cogs, and I think you just want like a tanky core that's hard to go on, right?
Spectre would have been good, yeah, for sure.
That's just
it's the same concept as Dusa a little bit.
And that's just how they play on Immortals, right? Like they give Rioya.
Are we getting the Huskar? They banned SF.
Hero. They could.
BSJ loading up. I thought they were going to take Huskar last game.
Oh, with the Oracle?
Against Saveno?
Night Stalker,
they have to be thinking, like, why did OpTic not ban it, right? Like, it has to kind of be
They have the response pick. It's not nearly as scary if you have one pick.
And you have to be like,
10 seconds
we have an Oracle.
remaining.
Huskar owns all these heroes. Why are they not picked?
5 seconds
If you haven't played it, like, if you haven't practiced
pardoned.
it, if you haven't practiced it, it's not nearly as potent, because it's not just the Huskar player. The Huskar has, like, specific timings you have to hit. So if you don't know that as a team, then...
If you just don't know how to armlet toggle that heroes...
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the
hero.
proper macros, then
Man, BSJ, you and your relevant memes. It's a Chaos Knight. It could just mean they don't have a Huskar play, really.
I'm okay with that too, though.
Why?
Yeah, explain.
I think they think that's not going to be a core Lesh. And even if it is, they have a Pugna to deal with him. So he'll just kill himself in these fights. You got a guy with just like high HP, won't die because of the Oracle. He'll Fate's Edict anyways if Lesh gets on top of him. Should be pretty tanky. It's a killing core too that comes with a stun, which is something that Immortals lacks.
And he's a decent laner right now that Mangoes are back in the pool.
Oh,
Like Mangoes
Brew's
on
so
Chaos
good
Knight is
against
so
Chaos
good.
Knight though.
Here's Brew.
For anyone who doesn't know, you have the blue panda has a purge that does 1,000 damage to AoE, and so to CK's summons it does like 2,500 or 3,500
we used to
damage.
see it against PL all the time when PL
Yeah.
was even bigger.
But CK's way more
I mean,
countered
it's his
by it
whole
than
ulti,
PL.
yeah,
It's, yeah, his ulti just gets erased.
This is like brothers, you know, his
Yeah.
brothers. I was gonna say
Exactly.
his brethren, and I kinda
Yeah,
messed
then
up,
he
but-
just butchered it.
Is it really his brothers? It's just kind of him.
No, it is
repeatedly.
a phantasm. Yeah, it's not his. It's him. But wouldn't you like if you spawned illusions of yourself, you consider them brothers, right?
Not really.
What?
They'd
What
be
do you
me.
consider? You're
Just be
okay seeing them
clones.
die?
They'd be clones.
See you later, clones. You dumbass.
Yeah, they don't have,
I'm alive.
yeah.
They have a timer on
That's
them.
messed up, Liz.
Okay, do you think they summon the same ones over and over again?
I think his mind
Just keep
is the
pulling him
same in
back to
every
life.
CK.
5 seconds
I think his
remaining.
mind is in
Then
every
they're
CK.
clones.
Hey, okay, I saw the Clone Wars. I was part of the Clone Wars. I was actually Boba Fett's grandson. I was part of it. But this draft, I like the heavy team fight from OpTic, but if honestly, I still like OpTic's draft, but what if you just give up 5 kills again before 5 minutes? You
Don't
just
do
give up
that.
5 kills to Immortals? Like, that's terrible. Like, they shouldn't have done that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was very bad kills, too.
This time around, they don't have the arrow, though.
They don't, and that is a big one.
It's a mid-lash, if we didn't mention that.
So it is going to still be a mid-lash, huh?
I mean, now that you pick the Brew, which like I think was overall a great pick, you kind of get pigeonholed into putting the Lesh mid just because like where else does what
Yeah.
you have Brew mid?
Before we start, I know Pugna versus Lesh later is great for Pugna, but in the laning phase, like, you can just lightning if you get decrept for CS, right? Is that a big
Yeah.
deal?
No, it's fine in lane matchup. It's just
Okay.
the ward as the game goes on, and you offer like pretty decent
Prepare
burst damage
for
to bring
battle.
down the Lesh.
Well, I think I'll choose OpTic. I always choose a team. I like the heavy team fight, but I think
take
if
OpTic
Immortals
as well.
does win laning phase, they're just going to run over at 25 minutes. Like, CK is a core like that, so... See ya.
Deuces.
Bye,
Well, thank you,
guys.
Grant and BSJ. Game 2. Mortals and OpTic. OpTic with the last pick Brewmaster to try and... Uh-oh. CCNC could be in trouble already. Febby... Oh, no. Never. He leveled. Died. So... Maybe he could have gotten in range of an ensnare. Not the case.
They're giving each other the all chat. Since he tipped Ryoya, he said, "Can you level up your compendium?"
Have a little humility. Two-legged a bump. We're getting into the next level of all chat
30
lines.
seconds.
And we
Now
talked
it's
about how
hero
they were
lines.
friends. They're friendly. I'd imagine this for millions of dollars and life-changing amounts of money.
Have you seen this Chaos Knight skin, by the way?
No.
On the horse? Look up to it closely. It's like he changed his horse into a dog.
Huh. That's crazy. That's a cool skin, though.
Yeah.
The battle begins.
All right. So what are we going to be having? Top lane is going to be Naga Siren and... Okay, they're switching up the lanes. They want to have the Chaos Knight up against the Brewmaster lane? Do they want that? I thought they would want the Chaos Knight versus the Faceless Void lane. Okay, yeah. They got some extra information. They realized, okay, Pycat is bottom. We're going to switch things up. We're going to keep our Chaos Knight bottom lane because that's where we want him to be with potential kill power against the Faceless Void. And then we're going to try and put our Pango, who can still get CS even though he's facing up against the
This is really nice.
Drunken Haze.
That they scouted it out in time. That
Yeah.
they won't miss any CS. Last game, CCNC did pretty well for himself mid, but ended up not being able to do a whole lot.
Is it just me or we got no game?
We have no games. I don't hear anything. This is how I play, son.
Yeah, if you ever play against Blitz, just play techies or something. Something
can't
that
hear anything.
relies on sound cue. So he's just bumping music the entire time.
It's your boy, deaf as hell.
Oh, Zai actually doesn't manage to get the Cogs pushback. Roya doesn't want to lose his mana though, and will anyway. I guess he's got 3 mangoes to work with. There we go. Back to good old Dota.
That's scary again. Alright, remember this game, guys, has quite a bit of implications. If Immortals win this, then they're just one series. One way or another, they're one series away from winning.
Yeah.
They just have to win one more series. Because even if they win this series and lose the next one, they'd still be, if they lost, they'd still be in the losers finals. So they'd still only be one series out. And that's quite a big advantage, being able to play one less series.
It should be a free farming Brewmaster though, this lane.
Yes.
The Warlock Brew lane. I'm not sure how much Pycat CS is going to be interrupted by the CK being in lane. Right now he's doing really well for himself, 7-6 against Roya's 9-0. And then the mid lane matchup, MP 7-2 compared to Leshrac 5-3. It sounded like BSJ said this lane wasn't bad for the Leshrac to start. It just gets bad later on into the game.
Mid, Zai.
Zai.
First blood.
Early haste rune pickup. That'll be a first blood
Dude,
for
he's gonna
him.
get a lot of gold out of this. He's even gonna get the last hit on the ward. That's 20 gold.
You made that sound like it was going to be a lot more gold than it was.
Did I though?
20 gold? Going to
That's
get a
20
lot
gold.
out of it.
That's more gold than he had before.
That's true. And he can get boots now.
Pick up that change, young man.
All right, Febby is really trying to contest this pull, but he does TP out. He'll be okay. 33 and Peter Pan were going for some crazy behind the tower creep stock up where the Pango has to last hit under tower, I guess. I'm not sure what the point of that is.
Feels like they're giving him farm anyways.
Yeah. His stats may be bad, but I think Velo can still last hit, especially with the Quelling Blade under tower.
Both CK and Void expectedly getting free farm.
Now Zai is much more of a threat to this Oracle now that he has the early boots first, so Dubu has to play pretty far away from Roya at all time. You can see Zai's just constantly zoning him out, then separates the Chaos Knight, tries to get some battery assault damage on him. A little bit scared though to completely man fight the two of them.
Much better start overall. Although it feels like both sides are farming.
Yeah.
Every core has something right now. Seems like the trade-off nowadays in Dota.
Bit of an attack damage advantage for this Pugna is leading him to a bit of a CS lead. MP seems to be faring a bit better against CCNC than Roya did as the Dusa. Lose his nether ward though.
Another 20.
It just keeps stacking up.
That's 40 gold that he's just fed away.
Unbelievable. Whoa, Bella, where are you going? It's not 5-minute rune spawn time yet. Oh, he's getting a bottle. Bebby, though, needs to go collect the creeps underneath the tower. Bottom lane looks like they're trying to go on the Chaos Knight. Did manage to get off the Fate's Edict to be able to protect Roya against the magic damage. Again, that's part of the problem with playing against this Oracle. A lot of telegraphed, easy to dodge damage. Zap. C is almost out of mana as a result. Pycat hoping for the bash. Not gonna be able to get it though. What happened to the 5-minute bounty runes? I wasn't paying attention. We had a kill. Well, OpTic got 3. Immortals only got 1 of them. So OpTic currently leading, net worth 1k. Bottom lane again, they're going on Roya, trying to disarm. Oh, he actually used the reality whip to try and get a little bit farther away. Does have the magic stick charges as well as 1 tango to be able to eat through. Zai and Pycat have trapped him in the trees though. 1 second stun, not going to be good enough to get away from Zai though. With the boots, will kill the Chaos Knight. So now the lanes are beginning to get a little bit more off kilter for Immortals.
Zai's going off right now. Really was helped by the mid kill into the 20 gold of the ward.
True. That's why it's important to always control those runes. Haste rune is what set him up for that. Now with the bottle, he has even more incentive to do so. Back over the top lane, 33. Gets down to about half HP, but he's got a Warlock behind him, so he should never really feel too in danger.
This is the kind of start that we were expecting in the previous game.
For OpTic.
Yeah.
I think OpTic should have been able to control the game a little bit better.
Absolutely. And at bottom, Yoya gonna get aggressive again onto Zap.
He just keeps on forcing him, takes a bit of damage. It's just being annoying more than anything. And it's creating a lot of space for Pycat to get free CS. He's 31-11 now compared to 23-3 of this Chaos Knight.
Everyone's getting free farm right now on the side of OpTic.
It seems like there was just no good options for this Chaos Knight lane in general. Nice! That is a good set of cogs. Knocks everybody back. They're going to try and farm those cogs, but now Zai sees an opportunity to get some more damage onto Roya. But Dubu, again with a Fate's Edict, and even a Purifying Flames just to give him some added value heal. TP out from Velo. Looks like with little mana, he was a bit scared. Bottom lane, the Chronosphere onto Dubu. They will be able to get that one kill, looks like. Tried to go for the disarm, but a Pycat hits himself instead. They do trade out supports, though. Roya managing to kill the Clockwork. Mid lane, looks like we're going to go for a gank. Febby is going to set up for MP, who does have that life drain, but they needed the ensnare to be able to land. CCNC, quick on his feet, managed to get away. This ward is what allowed him to see the Naga Siren coming out of the trees so quickly.
Lush just going to farm some neutrals up. MP's still having a pretty good time of it, and their team fight is going to be very good too. With the Nether Ward, so it's hard to discount them out, but right now, it's not an easy deficit to cut through. Velo hasn't had as dominant of a laning phase as he did in game number 1.
Right.
We've got a Helm of Dom already picked up on 33. Got a Catapult, they're going to start trying to pressure this tower.
Now that he has the Rolling Thunder, though, we've seen how willing he was to make early rotations, and Febby, I'm betting they're going to do a similar game plan where Febby just tries to take the lane and farm it as a support while Vela moves around. You could see that now with the smoke, but CCNC, it's a very different situation, right? They're pushing this lane underneath tower. It's like super obvious that Velo's missing, and maybe that's why Immortals are going in for such a deep wraparound dive, hoping to be able to catch CCNC, who's trying to play it safe, but won't be expecting a rotation quite like this. They see him, they're going to lead with that disable, long enough for Velo to be able to get there with the Rolling Thunder, bounces off the cliff to be able to hit him again, perfect positioning, just lays into CCNC multiple times and will be able to get that kill. Now Zai locking in Dubu, tried to go for that kill with the help of Peter Pan Dam, who TP'd in, but Immortals, having already killed the damage dealer in the Leshrac, makes the fight look pretty easy.
Notice Febby kind of gives up on that top lane. 33,
Yeah.
just hitting it with his own catapult.
The danger, right? This Brewmaster with such an early leads, kind of dangerous to play against. The Helm of Dom is allowing him to really punish the missing core. Goes for the tower deny from Febby, couldn't get there quite fast enough. Take advantage of that opportunity. Net worth-wise, no surprise that Brewmaster's leading the board. Pycat's right behind him, and quite a big difference there between the rest of the cores. We're all a good 600 to 800 behind them.
Yep. 2k up so far. Predicated on that early tower. This time around, pace is not nearly as fast.
Zai caught trying to go for the 10-minute bounty runes, but will survive as bottle charges to play off of as well. Everyone's trying to secure their advantage mid lane. Leshrac couldn't really go for that kill despite hitting the stun. That Nether Ward is too dangerous to fight against. So it looks like, again, OpTic will have the better control here. Immortals only have this one by the secret shop that they can control. 33 threatening the ultimate here. Febby's going to be chased away. Velo swashbuckles out as well.
Velo thinks about popping the ulti.
That's going to be tough. He does have a swashbuckle shield crash. It'll do some damage, but the Warlock has healed 33 up so much. And he's not next to like a cliff area where he could guarantee back-to-back hits. Due to a very less dominant lane, Velo has not gone for the Javelin this time around. Looks like he's just going to be opting for the early teamfight sustain items like normal Pango. Velo again trying to set up on that mid lane. CCNC was going for a shrine play though.
They want to try to push in this mid tower, take it as fast as possible. Like, it's already 11 minutes in, and you haven't really been able to do that. Oh, he actually hits him with the stun.
Pango can easily get out of range though.
Like, you wanted to be able to take this tower with that first rotation in,
Yeah.
or at least do damage to it, but you're playing pretty far back if you're MP. CCNC is just constantly pushing in the wave. pops his ult.
It feels like the status quo has been very favorable for OpTic. What is...
Yeah.
Do Immortals try and move their Chaos Knight around? Like, what,
I don't know.
what should
I
they
don't
change?
I don't think that moving your CK around is the same as moving your Mirana around. Is the Chrono gonna go out?
Easy Chronosphere, Tubu. He went for the Fate Edict on himself to protect against the Clockwork's damage, but the physical damage is something else entirely. Now the jump in inside of the Cogs. Well, Zai does play the edge there, so he's bumped out of the Cogs. He's going to be run over next to the trees. Now he's still pretty tanky though. Velo's going to be having a hard time to be able to finish him off, and the time dilation slowing him down so much. As he limps back to the tower, will be caught by Zai as he goes back in with a battery assault. Now Velo does have the time dilation wearing out, but it's going to be close call. Swashbuckle is coming up now. They throw for the golem. He jumps away, but they now have the fatal bond touch to do as well. The creeps, and the creeps is what ends up getting Velo killed.
Yeah, this time around, much more static lanes, leading to fights like this because Immortals, they're starting to feel a little bit desperate right now. Just like, what kind of moves can we make exactly? Not a whole lot of burst damage on their side. MP probably going to have to make that rotation. Their 5-on-5 is still very strong with Sleep and CK once you get some items.
Yeah.
And MP's mana, or the Nether Ward. The Pango is still the Pango, but so far so bad. I don't really know. Last game it felt a lot easier to start fights because whenever the Mirana and the Naga were in the same lane, it was a kill.
Yeah. And we don't have that kind of kill combo, right?
No.
Like Naga, Pugna is kind of okay. Lock in somebody and get a life drain blast on him, but it's not the same kind of threat that Mirana is. It feels like Immortals just tried to run, like basically run it back, run a similar kind of lineup in game 2, but much weaker, and OpTic have adapted very well to deal with it. Zai runs right into Febby, but goes for the hookshot on Dubu, misses that. So it looks like he misses out on both opportunities to get kills.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But they will still pressure this tier 1 mid tower, and Immortals are not in a position to defend. They're instead going for this bottom lane push. This lane has been not quite fully abandoned by OpTic though. They have Pycat and Zai both wanting to defend while CC&C pushes in the mid lane.
They're going to lose that tower. Starting to get pretty low. Question is, how many heroes do you bring in here if you're OpTic? They found the Nether Ward. 1 second up for Chrono. TP coming in as well.
Snare onto him. The Rolling Thunder doesn't actually hit 33 in time. Nails him as he tries to get off the ultimate, but it feels like OpTic did what they needed to do. They did defend their tier 1 successfully.
You see 33 just fake it repeatedly.
Yeah. Just wanted to scare them back. CC&C was maybe not farming at that time, but is in a position to do so. And these 4 heroes from Immortals aren't really doing anything. Now, one of the big problems with Chaos Knight has always been his ability to keep his farm up. We've seen some interesting concepts from Chaos Knight players in the past. There was that Helmet Dominator Chaos Knight somebody attempted. Maybe it was Eternal Envy or something.
Are you a fan of that?
Not a big fan of that. We saw Hand of Midas as well. Roya is definitely going to need that extra farm because he's going to be 4-man ganked up by OpTic.
He all in for that catapult. He got a 1 second stun, then it baited him into death. He did get the bounty rune though.
Yeah.
Let it be known, Cap.
He did do that. And he almost got the 200 gold from the catapult. Zai tried to pose a threat in bottom lane. He actually does manage to get the battery assault playing into MP to stop the life drain. Still dies, but takes a bit longer.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That just means more time for 33 and Pycat to take a tier 2 while MP is trying to finally finish up this tier 1 bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bloodstone almost completed by CC&C. Has the most amount of last hits at the very least. And this pace, it's a lot slower from
Dire's top tower has
really
fallen.
both sides. But this time it's favoring OpTic a lot more. Just because it feels as though they can finally, and they can take fights with the
Radiant's
Warlock.
middle tower is under attack.
The Brewmaster has an incredible start.
Yeah.
Like 33 right now, Blink Dagger, Helm of Dom, at just 16 minutes in. Does not lack for items.
Spots MP, just takes clarity off. Armlet about to be finished up from Roya, but this mean, Armlet isn't enough most of the time, right? Chaos Knight just needs a lot of levels, usually needs 2 or 3 items before he really takes over the game.
Armlet in this game isn't the, whoa, that's an armlet. Now the game is turned.
Yeah. It's just, about what you would expect. Maybe the Blink Dagger from Pango can change that, or
yeah. He's 2,500 net worth behind Pycat at this point.
Yeah. The Veil possibly of MP.
Pycat's been in more kills at this point in the game than he was at like 35 minutes last game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's just hard to play, I think, almost all of these heroes from behind. All these cores, Chaos Knight, Pugna, and Pango.
Yeah.
And they're all behind their counterparts in net worth. Pycat's going to go for the easy pickoff onto Febby. There is no save here. Maybe if MP was close enough, he could have gotten a Decrepify, but... Now the tier 1 will fall. Pycat forced those heroes away from the tier 1. MP wasn't in a position to defend. Velo's going to try and go out. He could stop CCNC, but MP's pushed back by the Brewlings. CCNC should be able to limp thanks to the Bloodstone, giving him so much HP. But MP, well, he's got to force staff over this cliff. He wants to be able to live. Dubu, make sure to False Promise to heal him up a little bit more. Velo's almost dead. His Zai wasn't quite able to hit with the hook shot. Velo is able to blink himself back. MP did die eventually from the damage 33 put on him. Dubu just didn't give him a single heal. It didn't Purifying and Flames him once.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Grab this tier 2 mid.
Dire's
There's something so peaceful about Brew, just like duck, duck, duck.
Oh, you know, I think 33 might have used the Dispel to get the heal from the Purifying Flames off. The False Promise.
Were you thinking about that?
That's pretty good. Yeah, I saw him Dispel and I was like, what did he use that for? You can't get rid of False
They're
Promise.
smoked up.
But you can't get rid of the heal.
33 does have his blink. Maybe if they catch him farming here, but he'll be right next to the shrine. How do you open up on this? If you're Immortals, maybe you lead with the sleep. You see CCNC with the Bloodstone walking by.
Feels like they gotta get...
They're gonna wait for him to go a bit higher. Maybe they drag him up.
He gets the
Look at
Centaur.
33.
Oh, okay.
That was a smoke. It did not work at all.
Well, this is just kind of a disaster.
This has not been a good game. They just can't kill anything this game. The Mirana was way too important for this, as we have learned.
Yes. That smoke TP play just got debunked, though. Or maybe it didn't. They are still going to be able to hit the hook shot from Zai onto Dubu, slowing him down. Now he protects himself as best as possible. Roya is thinking about coming out. Centaur is going to reveal him in a moment, though. Managed to hit the stun. CCNC will follow that up, and now Roya's in serious trouble. He's trying to get away over to MP. They do manage to save him with the Oracle heal, but now the Warlock Golem dropped on both of their heads, and they're both trying to run themselves away. Roya's going to take a good amount of damage still, and it looks like he's going to turn with the Phantasm. Might be able to blow up the Brewmaster.
Nice.
Does manage to get that one kill, thanks in part to the Armlet toggle. Now Velo just controlling up the Warlock in the back lines while CCNC is trying to chase down some of these heroes. Velo finishes up the Warlock, and now Pycat on top of him with the time dilation. He has no way to be able to get away from that Faceless Void, so he will end up dying. Still, though, I feel like that fight could have been a whole lot worse for Immortals.
Thought it was going to be fun. They do manage to kill 2 heroes with the nice turnaround. The Oracle ult actually did so much there. But it still only brings them to about level in that fight. They gained like 500 gold off those 2 kills.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it changes too much when it comes to the game. Like, TCNC has hit the timing now where he doesn't really care about the Nether Ward. He's about to complete his BKB. Just the recipe off.
Force staff from MP will allow them to be able to get the ensnare from Febby onto CCNC, and he will instantly Bloodstone Suicide, knowing that it's not even close. But also means he comes right back.
He didn't
had
buy
so
back
many charges. Bottom lane, Brewmaster pops his ultimate here. Roya tries to get the stun onto the Satyr, I think. Missed and hit a creep instead. This Brewmaster with the Helmadam is looking pretty nice. 33 is doing a lot of work with this.
Ryoyo's gonna go for a Shadow Blade. I guess that's his kill item now.
I guess so.
Think that changes this game?
I think OpTic get picked off once by it, and then they just start playing 5-man.
Well, because now you've got the BKB on Pycat. He's about to get his own Shadow Blade.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is
I think
under
he
attack.
like has to hunt down the Faceless Void. They don't really have enough of a threat against him otherwise, but
Yeah.
when you're ahead like this, don't you as OpTic just say, okay, we're gonna buy a bunch of ward sentry combos, we're gonna lay them around the map, and we're gonna play relatively grouped up. Because we're up by 11k.
22 minutes. Oh,
You don't really have to play for economic efficiency at that point.
yes. It's the reverse of last game. Although it's still a little bit slower pace when it comes to kills. Neither side
Dyer's bottom tower is
eclipsing
under
the other by
attack.
too much.
Yeah.
Just 12 to 6 to 22 minutes.
Bellow spotted, hook shot misses.
Gets the blink out. Should be fine. Nice.
Oh, Zai. He knows. He's somewhere in this area. I thought he was going to go for a cogs play right there. That would have been sick. Oh, Chronosphere on to Bello underneath the shrine. Pycat, though, has a BKB. They waited for that. Now they can get the ensnare onto Pycat. Peter is here. He does have the golem, so they can try and turn and fight this. But Roya's just going to execute him real quickly. The crit out of Shadow Blade. But Pycat, if he gets out, that sacrifice is worth it. And it looks like he will. These Shadow Blades up into the dire jungle.
Man, he got exploded.
They're just going to keep going, though.
PPD thought, okay, let me just help my buddy out. Dies instantly.
That was the first BKB from the Faceless Void, too. Gonna go for 33. Already got the Riptide on. Clean things off.
The
And
damage.
follow up. There's so much damage with the minus armor. And Zai tried to help him out, but now it's just gonna be the next victim, potentially. Roya does have enough for a Reality Rift to catch Zai
Nice
one more
stun.
time, but a nice AoE stun out from CCNC. The Oracle heal comes out to be able to help Roya out, but Dubu slowed down by the time dilation.
Nice rock.
Great rock dropped on 4 of them, with the Brewmaster coming back into play. After the buyback, we'll be able to catch several heroes. It's just a grab bag at this point. Nice. MP
The cogs.
blocked out by the cogs as well.
They even found
Brewmaster with
Ryoya.
the Storm even found Roya. They're going to catch everybody from Immortals unless they don't have detection, which they do not.
They do not. But maybe they could just go high ground with this. 3 heroes dead.
I mean, that was a very effective buyback from the Brewmaster.
Yes.
If they had caught the Chaos Knight as well. Hello! Holy cow! That is a man right there.
Dyer's
He ain't afraid.
structures are
He just
fortified.
dove in front of everything to try and drag the creep wave back to see if they could get back to our protection up. Unfortunately for him, the creeps got a little bit too close.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Backdoor protection remains
Dyer's
off.
middle barracks are under attack.
That was a sick team fight. Really nice rock over the top too.
Yeah.
To catch them. What level is PPD? 10? Decided to go for the Fatal Bonds damage. The cast range is long enough where he was able to catch them while they were trying to get out anyways. No need to plug that in. This Pengu's starting to get a little bit tankier, Cap, but not nearly as bad as he was last game. He was so effective last game. And I can't stress it enough, but I think it honestly was like a good amount of it was the Mirana. Just their ability to play around with that hero. The CK just doesn't provide enough. You can tell the CK, he jumps in, he can burst the Warlock, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, Bello TPing out means there's no threat to this Roshan. Not that. I think that Immortals really could have contested anyways. So they'll give the Aegis to CCNC's Leshrac, who already has the BKB. So again, there's just not a whole lot that threatens him besides this Chaos Knight Shadow Blade instant blow up. But once that's taken out of the equation,
Bottom tower is under
the rest
attack.
of OpTic will flourish, as Immortals don't really have any other damage besides the Chaos Knight. Item-wise, is there anything else that comes out? 33 is building an Aeon Disc to make sure he can always get off his ultimate, so he can't be threatened by the Chaos Knight.
They don't have some kind of hero like Medusa this game to just like sit back. In the previous game, the Medusa helped out a lot too. As much as
Yeah.
the Mirana made the difference when it came to kills, the Medusa was able to just kind of put pressure on OpTic passively.
It forced OpTic to make plays that they maybe didn't want to because they're like, oh god, guys, it's a Dusa lineup.
This time around, there's no sort of pressure. not nearly to the same degree.
This round it's the opposite, right?
Yeah.
It's the Chaos
It's like,
Knight lineup that
guys,
needs to go out and do
We're really
things.
good. Like, everything's fine. Everyone's got BKBs. Like, there's no need to
Spotted
rush this game.
Roya. Stop for a moment. Do manage to catch him. And he does hold on to his Phantasm here. He's just going to try and farm up the cogs. He knows that he's dead. Oh, they actually caught CCNC and killed him. Took away his Aegis, but now with the BKB activated, he will be able to kill Febby.
Okay.
And Chronosphere on Devello is next. Pycat. His Faceless Void is making the Pango's life hell.
That was cool that they went back to the Void despite how last game went.
Yeah.
I like that. That shows like confidence as a drafter. You're just like, well, wasn't really the problem.
I mean, theory crafting is right. Time dilation destroys Pango until he has Greaves.
Yeah. It's just like sometimes when you lose with a lineup like that, you're hesitant to go for the same thing because if you lose with it twice, it's just a little eh. But if you think that the concept is good and it was just the rest of your draft or their draft, that was more of the problem. They know there's no sleep.
They
Pango's
take
still dead?
these buildings so quickly. They've got the level 20 on the less track now as well, so some extra team fight power out of that.
They don't have the Chronos here up, so they're gonna reset things. And without the Aegis. Plus Pycat has no mana.
You're 17k up and a full lane of racks now. No reason to take risks. Back out, reset the game. Wait till your cooldowns are up. I'm not sure what Immortals does change this game. Feels like they almost have to go out and try and force a fight with Chronosphere down, but at the same time, Chaos Knight still needs more farm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He needs to get to a point where he's got the heart and the AoE damage of the Leshrac is not as threatening. But it's always going to be a problem.
Velo.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Trying to go for Yule's next so that the time dilation does a little bit less.
Radiant structures are
BKB is queued up on the Pugna.
That also gives them, I think, against any of these BKB heroes, gives you the opportunity to blink on that hero and then Yules for the guaranteed stuns.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to be able to actually get a Rolling Thunder chain stun. Unless you're just on certain areas in the map.
Players here.
They're gonna smoke up right here by their shrine. Go up. They want to take the fight before they get inside their base. The line has been drawn all the way around. And Immortals not left with a lot of options. The CCNC just gonna barrel forward.
Need to hurry up. It's range racks. Will end up falling.
Dire's top barracks
Now the initiation is going to come in
They're
from
pinging
behind.
OpTic knows.
The Rolling
Velo.
Thunder is going to come out, tries to actually hit it. You're missed out on the blink. They already get the Brewmaster ultimate off, and now the stun onto Dubu. They're locking down. Febby tries to come in with a song to be able to protect the Oracle, allow him to be able to get out, but Pycat popped his BKB and went straight for the Pugman. Now the second part of the fight. Dubu is not going to be able to make it far away. He's already been caught. False promise on himself. Yule Scepter on the Naga Siren. Actually, just that's the Storm Panty. Drops him back down for Pycat to be able to finish him off. Oracle does eventually die. Pycat's trying to finish off Febby. Goes Infist for a moment to be able to dodge the ensnare. Kills all the illusions rather than the actual hero. Roya, in the meanwhile, though, he is dead, and Immortals, they call it, knowing that with one lane of Rax already dead and losing a fight just out their base, OpTic will take everything from here.
That was pretty funny. They circled, and then Febby stopped moving on the Naga, and he's like, oh, the illusion. He thought that Febby was like trying to next level him.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, I actually don't care, Febby, you can live. I will go
Gives
to the
up
rest
on
of
it.